Hello, hello, hello! I am Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more Final Fantasy XIV. There was a jailbreak. There's a rabbit on the loose in the house. So Q will be with us very shortly. She is not here already. I have to jump in the chat, though. Papa? Yeah, so she will be here with us very shortly. We are continuing the main storyline. So we have patch 3.5 today. I do not know if we will finish it because I do not know how long it is, but let's hop right to it. Where are my buttons? Oh god, there's so many people here. It's bizarre. Finally, my healing clothes. The House of Four Tom's Knight has a message for you. Mistress Yana, it is well that you are here. You are wanted within. I believe Master Elvina wishes a word with you. Do I have any glamour prisms on me? Oh, crap, I don't. Okay. Q probably does. I don't know where Q is, though.
I do have glamour.
Yeah. Are you in... Where are you?
I am in a place.
Did you already take main story quests and...
I don't think I did.
Okay. Well, you were gonna be wanted in the last vigil. I'm about to get my healer clothes, and I need a glamour prism. But I'm gonna do all this first. Well, come, Mistress Yana. Shall I show you inside the manor? The Scions will find a way. I just know we will. Oh, Akali, there you are. Have you a moment? There's something I would fain discuss. I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would rather soon forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of Estinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his fateful transformation at Azizla, I feared him lost forever, but the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures might surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Y'shtola and Kryl for a more empirical appraisal, and full glad am I that I did, for it would seem they have some observations of their own to share. The ladies have saved us a table at the Forgotten Knight. Shall we go? Excellent. Let us not keep our honored colleagues waiting.
Look, I have a flower now.
Hmm? You have a little flower?
Yeah.
Oh! That's weird that you have a flower.
Oh, sorry, I left. I thought I saw you leave.
It's weird that you have a flower because that's for players that haven't been playing for a while.
Yeah, I kept getting the pop-up when I started playing again, and I kept hitting the decide later button.
Oh.
And I finally just decided to be like, yes, fine, just stop giving me this pop-up.
Oh, I
didn't
see.
want to decline it forever.
That's fair. Okay. I was like, you just played last week.
No, but there was a big gap, and ever since that gap, I've been hitting the decide button.
I see. Understood. I like your axe.
Oh.
People on stream didn't get to see your axe. Yeah. Very cool.
I am very cool.
You are very cool. Well, I'm glad
glamour prism now?
Hmm?
Do you want the glamour prism now?
Oh yeah, might as well.
Okay.
I hope you're having a good time today. Good time, Sprightly. That sounds like the MMO life. Sprightly started playing.
Yay!
Sprightly is on wherever I don't know what the EU ones are called, but I think in 3 days Sprightly beat La Habrea. Sprightly's cruising. Thank you. I'm gonna need that for when they give me my healer clothes. Ishtola. The name does this establishment a disservice. Remarkably few of its patrons seem inclined to drink their way to oblivion. I do begin to see why Tataru chose to work here. It's okay. When I was younger, much younger,
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Oh, dialogue. I would play World of Warcraft from like on my days off because I used to work for GameStop. So I would schedule long gaps, like long breaks. So I would work a whole bunch of days in a row, and then I would get like 4 days off in a row to balance it out. And I would go to the grocery store and I would buy like big jugs of soda and like a bunch of snacks, and then I would sit on my bed and I would just play World of Warcraft nonstop, just devouring the food and the drinks. And it wasn't a great it wasn't a great life, but I enjoyed it. I miss old life. I miss old World of Warcraft. I'm so nostalgic for those days.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humors.
That is also true. It wasn't a healthy life, but it was a good game life. Look at this man.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion, that the something else I had sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
Hello, Atrax.
You mean...
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah, I found you at last. A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Anawa.
Anawa? You don't say half the letters in that boy's name. Only the
Twould seem
O's.
Duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none.
It's French actually. All the elf names are super pretentiously French.
Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
Which I suppose is more fuel to the fire for you to hate. To hate elves.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
Oh.
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Why was Midgar Sommer in baby form?
Because he used all his energy to become big.
Oh, so he became tiny again, like a Digimon?
Yeah. He's just a Digimon.
Cool.
Yeah. He was in champion form, but he can't stay in champion form. So he went back to rookie form.
That makes sense.
Yeah. He's just our Digimon. What news has Sir Emmerich to share with us, I wonder? Healing clothes just for me.
I'm guessing money for me.
What about casting for your red mage?
Oh, I forgot Red Mage was casting.
Are you ready for this?
Oh. Yes. Hold on, let me get a good look at you.
Bang.
There we go.
Oh wait, why? Oh, because there wasn't enough room in my. It's like, wait, hold on. I just look exactly the same. Bam.
Ooh. That's cool.
Yeah. So the casting, yours is gonna be this exact outfit in blue. It's the which is more accurate. So healers and casters got the Shiva outfit. You got Ifrit. My Dragoon has Garuda. Aiming is Leviathan, and healing and casting got Shiva. It's got the little crown. Yeah, so yours is gonna be the exact blue color of Shiva. I think it's really pretty. And it's got like her little dingle dangles at the bottom.
So
But
why did you need... Oh, you needed a glamour prism to make sure that you stay this way forever?
Well, I need a glamour prism because... I need to put my ears on.
Oh. Yes.
Come on. Even...
I forgot that you wanted to appropriate my culture.
Shut up. Get out of here. That was real good though.
Forgot
Is my
that
race
I'm a
joke
joke
to
to
you? Alright, I'm gonna talk to this small child and you can complain. Elfino is eager to hear. Oh, wait, I need to do this. It's fine. Just so long as I turn in the quest, says the answer. Elfino is eager to hear what tidings Sir Emmerich has to share. Might Sir Emmerich perchance have received word of Dravanian advance? Or mayhap they have located that is not to say mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Come, I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelga?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelga's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men.
I also think it's a dick move for Emmerich to be like, I'm gonna need you to do this for me. Convince this man to kill his own
But
brother.
much has changed since your visit to Somal. And if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
Oh.
We will, my lord. Though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then. We will depart at your leisure.
Oh, he's gonna
Thank
go
you.
ask himself.
Both of you.
Well, that's
The
pretty
city is
generous.
yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
somehow doubt that Horace Velgar will be pleased to see us, but for Estinian's sake, and that of countless others, I suppose we must risk his displeasure. It grieves me to impose upon you in this matter, but you of all people understand the threat we now face. It is no imposition, Sir Emmerich. To Akali and I, Ishgard is as a second home. After the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught that we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray impose all you must. You are true friends. Am I? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shade will strike, but we must assume that that time is not our ally. Indeed, with that in mind, I have taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mr. Taru that you will be escorting me to Solmal. I confess I did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are yet unknown to me. We will summon Horace Velgar at Zenith in the Churning Mists, ere we begin our ascent. However, I think it's best that we pay a visit to Enoch's Shrine. You seek an advantage in the coming negotiations? I do. I would consult with Vidnofer. I propose this in part of our concern for her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it would have grave consequences for our alliance. That apart, she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well reasoned. To the Dravanian Forelands, then. Oh man, we're not gonna do this quest, but this is this person's name is Hure on hard times. Same, man. Look at this sad dude. Oh, there's new rabbit hairstyles coming for Edgewalker with the boy bunnies. There will also be. You're gonna get new hairstyles. We don't have flying here.
Oh, she's upstairs.
How long must we suffer? I believe she's just on the first floor.
Let's suffer.
Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and her companions. What bringeth you to mine abode? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidnofer. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. You were the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. I am a dragon, full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal. I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace, when man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancor. For the truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Solmal, to beseech your aid of your sire once more. Folly. Thou knowest as well as I how he will answer. Horace Velgar's heart remains unchanged then. A pity. But if it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way of thy kind. Go then, but be warned. The Shade's presence hath driven its miners to frenzy. Or its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidnofer. We shall disturb your rest no longer. the pepperoncino is best for you. But if you wanted food for Red Mage, then you want the Balsalina. The first two are best for you.
Okay.
As a Red Mage, anything with spell speed is very, 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 very bad. Lucia's report described Annex Shrine in detail, but her words failed to convey the overwhelming strangeness of standing here in the demons of dragons. Elfino seems eager to press on. I need to take these distances. Though I expected no better answer from Vidnofer, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. 'Twould seem that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Master Elfino. Scout ahead if you wish, Akali. We shall join you outside Mogholm. Da-da-da. We can't just go slowly because Emmerich has never been here, so he can't technically teleport. He's gotta walk. The Lord Commander seems lost for words, nor can I blame him. I recall being similarly awestruck when I first beheld this vista. It's pretty cool, right? I'd heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estinian and Ysael yet walked at our side. Kupo, is that you, Akali? Ah, if it isn't Mog... Don't tell me you've forgotten my name, Kupo, after all we've been through together. But at least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Akali? I think those are both actual Moogles. Moglin or Moghan. I don't remember. Shh, I'm gonna say Moghan, but I don't know if that's right. Of course I do.
I'm gonna wait for you and then see if the option is right.
I bet it's actually neither, but of course I do, Moghan. Phew, you seemed a bit hesitant for a moment there, but I'm sure you were just fondly recalling that time we camped near Zenith, right, Kupo? But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Mogholm, Kupo? Phew. Ah, another audience with old Race Velgar. Well, I hope you've brought the horn, Kupo. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the Great Worm's ears easily enough. That is good to hear, Moghan. Thank you. We had best press to Zenith while the winds are in our favor. Yeah, I think actually Moglin had the sword and like the little hat.
I clicked Moglin to see what would happen, and he got very upset.
Oh no! Now, that was unexpected, Kupo. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear... Oh, Moglin's the chieftain. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear about this. But You had the right answer. Did you think it was going to change and you couldn't be wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. We can't. So long. Can I just teleport there? Yes. Fantastic. We are not walking. I wouldn't even fly there. Although it's not that long of a flight.
Oh. I forgot that I can't fly.
That's what I was just talking about.
I know, but like I picked a mountain and I'm like, alright, I'll fly up there. But no.
Open your ears.
I was listening.
Yeah. That took me a really long time to get used to, too. Well, I spent so many years not being able to fly in Eorzea. Oh, I forgot to talk to the boys. I didn't see them in the crowd of people.
Great Hraesvelga, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelga. I am Emmerich de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people. Foresaw mine intent.
Savage.
Lis ech nitheg kasmon ikini. Lis nuan jas an es in. Salen mon hanesh. Ndahai in. Stahol uani nitheg. Shines iso. Seth kom initeg kin an. Nosk dei gan en.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope? I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back? So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the Warrior of Light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
While the shade of vengeance remains, the future will ever be uncertain. had no control over Midgar Stormer. Midgar Stormer just showed up. But he did do that to Midphilly. Another day, another trial. Such ordeals must seem almost mundane to you by now. Would that I could say the same. I believe I spied a wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom her race Velgar spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. Another day, another... Oh, fine. For the sake of Ishgard, I shall overcome whatever trial is placed before me, and I have no doubt that you will do the same, Akali. My broodmates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. You ready?
I hope so.
If I recall, this is not a terribly hard dungeon, but it is a bit mechanically heavy. Grab that fan behind you.
That fan, or is it good?
You can go grab that fan if you want.
I thought it was coming, so I'm like,
no, it's just patrol. If you want to pull more, you can always pull more. I can handle it. I am strong, white. Yeah, grab all those blocks. Good job.
Hey. Come on. Come on.
Ooh. Woo! It's King Moglin.
No.
Let's go.
No.
No, you gotta do it. By your ridiculous name, you won't get past. Grab the babies.
Okay.
The babies have to die because they are attached to him. This is kind of like the King Moogle fight, but not as awful. He's gonna make a big circle around the baby Moogles that we have to knock them off so they don't resurrect.
How do I knock them?
You gotta hit him.
Oh.
Get out of that. Yeah.
No.
He's dead, Crab. I need to fix this so my spell name, like my spell descriptions are not in my way. I keep meaning to and I keep forgetting. You're so strong, I barely have to heal you.
I'm so beat.
Beef.
Beat.
You're having a proper warrior. or I won't even have to. I can just do damage, and you will be fine. Giving people garbage. Alright, so the big thing that this horsey does is that he charges down the middle. So make sure you stay by the fence, like the gates. But sometimes the gates will break, so make sure you're standing apart by like an actual solid piece of gate. They're all intact right now, so don't worry about it. Roll beans.
We're all standing in the middle.
So we want to go this far and all the way against the sides. There we go. To the sides.
I am.
Make sure to turn him if you are capable of turning him to some degree. There you go.
I didn't know if I could fall off or something. Oh, I was a little nervous.
No, you can't fall. Sorry, I should have confirmed that you cannot.
I should have asked.
Okay, so see how the gate's broken now?
Yes. That concerned. So I'm gonna move over here.
But make sure not to not to break other parts of the gate.
Oh, I see. Like that.
Yeah. So until he's actually like beats. They're gonna die.
Oh, you didn't get him in time. That's okay.
My spell was on their corpse though, that's the saddest part. The server. Come on. Guy, give me a second. Oh my. That was very funny though. I don't believe anything. So what I've noticed that the patches have been doing is they just like throw the upgraded armor at you. So anything that you get in these dungeons probably isn't as good. 240 and that helm is 215. Yeah, so our stuff is way better.
I have no clue what
What was that?
I thought there was 4 of these little dudes, but apparently not.
Oh yeah, it was exactly like that. That was just very unfortunate that they got beamed immediately. It's just directly dunked on. I think the funniest part of all that was, thou hast weathered my trial thus far, but I am not convinced. I will try thy limits. Is that both my healing spells did go off on their corpses. My bot's about to shoot itself.
It's about to shoot itself?
Yeah, the bot always shoots itself.
Oh.
It's just kind of a meme at this point.
What was that thing?
It's a big dragon.
Can I target it?
Don't get it. Well, whatever you do, don't stand in the blue. Nidhogg will spare thee no clemency, and thus neither must I.
Oh, we're fighting him now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these platforms look like they move.
They don't move. So facing the boss doesn't matter because of how this entire thing is. You are just gonna jump on a platform and fight him, and just make sure to dodge AoEs by going from platform to platform. And he will also destroy platforms. So dodge AoEs. Is all you really have to do. Positioning doesn't matter.
Okay. Can I?
Fuck you, dude. He's gonna jump across. And destroy all those platforms.
Should I attack that sprite?
He'll come to you, and no, it's only a problem if we need to be on that platform. It's a wandering light that will do AoE damage if we just happen to be on the platform that it's currently on. Oh, fuck. He targeted me twice with that attack.
Damn, that's rude.
Oh, with the fighting the Kraken? Yeah. He's like, okay, I'm bad enough. Good job.
Good job, you.
Thank you, thank you. no, I get special dialogue because I am technically an Azure Dragoon.
Cease and sleaze like K1. Oh, da.
Your trial is ended as well, then?
Mine was brutal beyond reckoning. Vedfalnir seems ill-acquainted with the notion of mock battles.
Tan in uncisnat. Swor as finan. Stiska ikin. El en in an. Sedgar initek. Taishi S.I. Isa.
Vinnifer cannot be faulted for effort. He is every ilm the proud warrior, or should I say every yolm. Oh, my poor ribs! Herres Velgar saw fit to pair me with Vinnifer, but her ferocity was such that I began to wonder if I had simply imagined her injury. Yet, my trial pales into this insignificance next to yours. How fared you in your duel with Herres Velgar? I take from this that your battle was rather more involved than my own. Vinnifer seemed largely concerned with how long he could keep me rolling in the dust. Between dodging and snapping fangs and slashing claws, I scarce had time to aim a blow. Had he truly meant to harm me, of course, I would not be standing here now. Plainly his intent was to teach. His onslaught forced me to recall my training about the speed of the dragon, his balance, his blind spots. It was, in short, a very thorough lesson. Oh, Kupo! Akali, let me begin by congratulating you on the completion of your trial. For one with a name more befitting a jester, you fight with the savagery of a rabbit demon. Do you see how my wings are kinked? Even my palm aches. After this drubbing, I fear my loyal subjects will have to bear the load of my personal chores for quite some time, Kupo. Possibly indefinitely. What? When I told you about Akali's trial, I didn't mean for the rest of us to suffer. That's triple shifts for you, Moghan. Triple? But that's not fair. There's no justice, Kupo. None at all.
Our negotiations proved rather more strenuous than I had anticipated, but the results seem well worth the effort.
The battle was indeed hard won. Thank you, my friends. I would never have earned Hraesvelga's cooperation had you not seen fit to grant me yours. 'Twas your stalwart heroism that moved the heart of the Great Worm at the last. Any gratitude I can offer is but poor reward for your continued service to Ishgard.
'Twould seem our final reckoning with the dread worm is at hand. I only wish we had some inkling as to when he means to strike. Oh, gods.
The cry heraldeth his coming. Nidhogg's shade has taken wing.
It has begun. We must away to Ishgard.
I pray we are not too late. Emmerich is desperate to fly to Ishgard's defense. Ishgard will not last long against Nidhogg and his horde. We must away. Know you then what this roar is portaineth?
Aye. I must return to my city without delay.
Oh, he was already talking. My bad.
Remember your training! We hold fast until the Lord Commander returns. Ugh. We must hold!
Reinforcements! By the Fury, that one is the size of Nidhogg.
Commander!
You are late, Warrior of Light.
Shut up, Ritorio.
Yes, Sprightly. We are fashionably late.
Watan and by in. Still walking. Nal u inda. Allah and ikinfa and kohes do in. Undo kai omon ikin in kastaga stajas skol hes som. Orsk mig in eskja in van ihe dolun hikin hern esh. Sroskuan inna. Is ingar a. Liskol an. Nusgar akin. Sus ul war.
Hello, Phantom Hearts. Not much, not much. What up with you? You've come at a good time. You ready? Ready. Turn off your tank stance. So the other tank doesn't assume that you want to main tank a fight you've never done before. Oh. Sorry. We still have that one. Yep. My bad. Sorry.
Think I can make it?
Yeah, just jump. You are a rabbit, aren't you?
Yes.
Almost.
It doesn't let me get right to the edge.
It doesn't. You can get to this edge.
I could totally make that jump. Especially over here.
I don't think so. Oh no, I've made crazier jumps than that. Alright, you take care, Phantom Hearts. See you soon. Of course. Yeah, the Gunbreaker's gonna main tank. He's a big boy to main tank. Let's get out of these big puddles and then into the middle.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, get out of his path if you can. Alright, grab one of these ads, not the middle one. So probably this snake boy.
He is not paying attention.
Now we should be okay. I'll just keep an eye on him. It's just normal, so it's probably not that big of a deal. They have to be separated, I'm pretty sure, in the extreme. Ouchie wouchies. I got hit with a damage down. How dare you? Look up. Yeah, he's using Estinian's body. Spread those circles, don't overlap, and try not to hit anybody with them. There you go. And then back up, out of circles. And out of those. Into the corner if we can. There we go. Spread circles, stay out of the line. More circles, stay out of the line. He's gonna charge across. Michael. Stack with that person. No, right here, right here, right here. Oh, they're running. Okay, don't chase them down. Just let them die. Oh god, get out of that. Yeah, don't chase a person down for a stack marker. Just let them die with it. Okay. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, oh Christ almighty. You're supposed to all stack together, but if someone runs away from it, they're not worth chasing down. The unfortunate thing about that one is that it was a multiple hit, so it tracked me down instead, but I didn't have a marker to know what was happening. so no one knew to stack with me. Okay, so stack. We gotta stay here. Stay here. No, people. If our tank dies, you do it. But he should be fine.
Oh fuck, yeah, I'm watching them. Pretty that Shiva fight, I learned that things are supposed to switch sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, you don't need to in this fight. It's actually rare in normal fights. It's very common in hard.
Like, if I see him get down really, really low, I'll pop my take stance to provoke. And
there we go. Stand with this person. Oh, we're good.
if we're not killing more Alagon stuff.
Oh yeah, we need to. You can get your red mage better gear if you are overcapped. Or well, we'll figure it out later. Whoa, that was a spicy meatball. All the DPS were dead at one point in time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every DPS was dead. It was just 2 healers and 2 tanks. Yeah, the people with the stack markers were just, they weren't stacking and or running away with it and just getting everybody killed. That tank did a good job. There you go, buddy. He got me killed at one point in time.
Oh yeah, with the
the
meteor
stack.
thing.
I was in the wrong clothing again?
Estinian!
Is this to be mine end? Nay, I will not allow it. I am of the first brood. I am vengeance incarnate. I am Nidhogg! Thou shalt die by my hand!
This is not your hand, worm!
Thou wilt obey!
I would ask one last favor of you, Warrior of Light. Finish me, now, while I have the beast subdued! Waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way! Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty!
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you!
The eyes! Cast them into the abyss!
I think that's a bad idea. I think that's a super bad idea.
There's a bottom somewhere. What
Yeah.
if the Garlands find it?
Right? So it's freezing. The reason why he said that is because of those kind of the way this world works. No living person can go down there because of the absolute freezing temperatures. So in theory,
He lives.
no one can get those eyes.
Ah, Estinian, my ill-fated friend.
So, yeah, so they land on a level 12 Gubu and it becomes the Destroy Worlds. That is exactly what could happen.
Lucia, summon the healers. I want them ready to receive him.
At once, Lord Commander.
Allow me to do this much, at least.
Cradle the head, Emmerich, you maniac.
You have my gratitude, Hraesvelga. Your deeds this day have saved a great many lives.
Ustra udin instra rare. An hesnesh. One in nesk ik an. Keifta.
I'm gonna give that eye back, or
I feel like we should.
feel like maybe we shouldn't keep that eye.
The battle is won. We can do no more for Estinian now than bear him home and wish him well, even as Hraesvelga did. The rest we must trust to the hands of the healers and the grace of the gods.
I was in the wrong outfit for this. I was not wearing the right clothes, which might have kept me alive that one. No, probably not. Why didn't my clothes save? I could have sworn I changed it. Well, whatever the case may be. Through the haze of pain, I swear I sensed... But no. The past is done, and we must look to the future. At long last, Nidhogg is gone, his foul spirit cast out once and for all. I only pray that Estinian survives the ordeal. Elfino seems distracted. Your battle with Nidhogg Shade will beget many an epic ballad of Cully, and rightly so. It was, without a doubt, one of your more ethical victories, though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake. Had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Estinian's mail. Yet even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. Akali, Master Elfino, my honored friends, as if winning Reyes Valgar to our cause were not enough, you took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true saviors of the day were of Kali and Estinian. Our triumphed, fuck Elfino, I guess. One triumphed over Nidhogg's shade through strength of arms, and the other through strength of will. And speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The Azure Dragoon was conveyed in the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of the Hospitaller captain. I am told he is yet to regain consciousness. But as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Emmerich is never long from Estinian's bedside, and will send word the moment there is any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmont and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Come, Akali, 'twould seem that we are awaited at Fort Tom's Manor.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
This isn't about you.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions.
It was me, though.
I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You're welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary.
You were just there.
Pray excuse me.
Our Master Alphino has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, warrior of light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
If my lord's irrepressible optimism were ever to fix upon something about which he had cause to be optimistic, I dare not think what he might achieve. Without the guiding hand of yours truly, House Helenetti's famous dragon killers would have killed half so many dragons just now, as I shall be sure to tell my lady when next we meet. At long last, Nidhogg is gone. No true son of Ishgard could wish for more, yet scores of my brother knights fell in the battle, and I find myself joy tempered by their loss. Go, warrior of light. We will not begrudge your time spent at a comrade's sickbed. Istinian is resting in our infirmary. The sick beds are our front line now, and the battle to save the wounded continues unabated. Akali, my friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphino? He came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at Istinian's side, I could not well refuse him. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Hraethgar's trial and all that followed. Istinian is blessed to have such devoted comrades. Emmerich appears lost in nostalgia. My own friendship with Istinian began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Istinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained, had fate not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind, revenge for the death of his parents, and revenge for the death of his younger brother. I would venture that in Alphino he sees something of his lost sibling. And in the ungentle chidings of Istinian, Alphino has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Istinian's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Alphino's affection for him. He is a friend for whom I would gladly... Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Tell them I am on my way. Quickly, Akala, we must go to him.
Estinian.
He's dead, Crab.
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Astinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
Aye, 'twas but a jest.
They fixed this scene. So before, in the scene, they had this blanket pulled all the way up to this man's shoulders so that you could only see his neck and his head. The problem with that is that Elysian have uncomfortably long necks, and it was like insanely obvious how long this man's neck was, and it was awful to look at. It was so bad. I was just like, I could not stop staring at it, and I knew a lot of emotional things were happening, but I was just like, his neck's so long. Why did they do it like this? But they took the blanket off of him, so it's not bad anymore.
I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvelgr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. It is an honor to share the mantle of Azure Dragoon with one such as you.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
It is still uncomfortably long.
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend,
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident.
Oh, I know who that is.
His duty done, Emeric
That's
de Borel
the Lord of House
gladly stepped
Dazamel.
down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords. Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept.
I get the D's mixed up. Yes, Durnadere and Dazamel's next to him.
And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age. Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
We did give him his eye back. Yeah, you just pop that sucker out. I was gazing out at the sea of clouds in an all too rare moment of idleness when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending her way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Akali. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pleasures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters, and am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is this that places me at its pinnacle, an archbishop's bastard, at the head of the House of Lords? Ah, but these questions are for me to answer. It is not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must we reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May the towers rise proudly from the fundament of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Estinian has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend on your travels, pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Akali, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Elfino. You've saved the day again, Akali! Not that I ever doubted you would. You spoke with Sir Emmerich. I do not envy his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Emmerich to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Asian machinations and a seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen paths, no matter how treacherous the footing. In wake of Ishgard's governmental reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. I have never once done that.
He's gonna get the eyeballs.
There was no... I wanted to slap Emmerich. I'm like, there's no need to throw the eyeballs into the pit. You absolute goon. Why are you fools in Cretania? Thank you, Blenhers. Nay, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected, then. Aye, there is naught to concern us, aside from an overly curious mouse. This way. Him again. It is of no moment. They will play their part, and we will play ours. And thus did grey mists give way to azure skies. Man and dragon rise above, voices joined in song, but beneath shrouded boughs, beyond the scope of light, shadow stirs. Floor the horde. So that is the end of patch. The Heavensward story, technically. And every patch going forward will be the prelude to Stormblood. So we have some time. This was not as long as I thought it was going to be. Usually the last story ones are very, very long. Would you like to do the 8-man raid or the 24-man raid as our last thing of the day?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think which would be faster. Well, I think the 8-man raid will be faster. And then we will do 24-man at the start of Saturday, along with patch 3.4. Oh, I have to do Hildebrand as well. We will do 8, we will do 24. How about I do Hildebrand, and we'll do 8 and 24 next Saturday.
Okie dokie.
Alright, so goodbye, Q.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye forever.
Goodbye forever. Oh, you can leave it. It won't make a sound in Discord if you wanted to go. Goodbye. What is this? Oh! We also need to do this. So this is how you do it. We will have to do that as well. But not today. Because Q should be there for it too. Seer may be the only man who has yet to drink from the well of madness. That you stand here before me is proof that Halone smiles upon me this day. I have need of your assistance, Akali, and before you think to run away screaming in terror, I pray you hear me out. It concerns the esteemed, and now missing and presumed dead, Knights of the Heavensward. None have returned to the capital since all that unpleasantness began. Yet recently, we have heard rumors of these honored seers walking the streets. 'Tis hearsay most foul, I say, and I mean to get to the bottom of it. But we will need all the help we can get, which means, Fury take me, we could benefit from a certain individual's serendipity. Besides, if we don't seek him out, he's like to show up at the worst possible time anyway. And at least this way it'll be on our terms, and we can keep an eye on that boy, Mehmet. Yes, right. Oh, you must be wondering why I asked you to come. Well, you and the inspector seem to enjoy a natural rapport, so... Praise Halone, for a moment I was afraid you'd make me beg. This may well be my last chance to prove my worth to my superiors, and if I can't... for Tom Smatner. Let me become a dancer. Q's just standing there. Oh no, they're gonna be in the gazebo. They're always in the gazebo. But why, Papa Hildy? Little Gigi's been a very naughty girl. We're still doing that, huh? Because, Gigi, such behavior is unbecoming a gentleman. But why, Papa Hildy? Why is it unbecoming a gentleman? Ah, Inquisitor Seer, Akali, good day to you both. Are you come as adoring fans or on business? Business, always business, you may rest assured. Then I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, am at your service. Is it robbery, murder, tax evasion? Evasion? Wait, before we get into that, what's going on here? Much as it pains me to admit it, my beloved Gigi, the apple of my eye, the fruit of my loins, attempted to deface this lovely gazebo. Naturally, as his father, it falls to me to see him return to the straight and narrow. That's not true! I was drawing a family crest for our home. Now, Gigi, I know you are fond of this gazebo, as we all are, but it belongs to Lord Edmond. You wouldn't want to steal from Lord Edmond, would you? I guess not. Then where is our gazebo, Papa Hildy? And does it have a warm stove with a steaming kettle too? Oh, Gigi, don't you see? We have no need for kettles or gazebos. As gentlemen inspectors, the world is our oyster. We can go whether we please, where the red fern grows or the wild rose blooms. And yet you've been sleeping in Lord Edmond's gazebo for how long? I don't care about wild roses. I want to live in a gazebo with Papa Hildy and Mama Nashu. Gazebos are quite expensive and dangerous if not domesticated. Dangerous indeed, my boy. And besides, we are gentlemen inspectors, free to travel the length and breadth of Eorzea in search of a case. Does that not sound more thrilling than whittling away the hours beneath a gazebo? I guess. If it's a case you want, you need not go so far. We are currently investigating reports of individuals masquerading as Knights of the Heavensward. These contemptible charlatans are rumored to have tricked several hapless maidens into attending private parties for a small fee, with the promise of enjoying the company of these great sirs. Those who were foolish enough to attend found their experience to be so traumatizing that they refused to discuss them in detail. Needless to say, your assistance in this matter would be greatly appreciated, and for it you shall receive due compensation. As do we all. I don't feel Gigi is asking for too much. Say no more, Inquisitor, say no more. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, am well versed in the ways of the fairer sex. Since when? Get him. Mummy! Mother dearest, I was under the impression you had departed for Ulda. Get him, Mama. And leave my beloved boy to keep on playing at being an inspector, as well as a father to a bloody mammoth? Bugger that! You're coming home right this instant. How can you say such things? It is my life's calling to be an inspector, and Gigi is my son! He is a Manderville man! Grand as it is to see you, you have come at a most inopportune time. The young women of Ishgard are in need of a champion to defeat them from the fiends most foul. Come, Nashu. Come, Gigi. We shall demonstrate to my mother our peerless investigative skills and bring these criminals to justice. Falls balls, he's stubborn. Probably gets it from his sorry-ass father. I trust you lot'll help me keep him out of trouble. Right then, come along. Well, that could have gone better. And worse. Let's not keep them waiting. I demand satisfaction, swift and terrible vengeance. How dare they prey upon a lady's emotion to line their pockets with gall? If Sir Charibert was here, he'd purge the lot of them like the festering sickness they are. Sickness must be purged. Ah yes, a pity he too remains missing. So very much a pity. I can say one thing with absolute confidence. They're all quite mad. Yes. Please, do you think me so foolish to fall for their charade? From what I heard from the others, said knights bore not even the slightest resemblance to the Heavensward, as if I had not already mesmerized every detail of my dear Sir Edefel's face. Oh, wherever could he be? Dead. Dead, actually. I am truly outside her grace, my allowance all gone to waste on those... I dare not say it! Mayhap those awful rumors are true. Mayhap I must needs accept that he now walks in Helone's halls. Y'all like a bunch of shitheads, because the Heavensward were a bunch of nasty brutes. Save for a couple, they all kind of sucked. Who needs a gazebo? I do. Oh, that was very heartbreaking, actually. Papa Hildy, that grandma over there is staring at us. Now, Gigi, a gentleman must be more careful with his words. First of all, you have only one grandmother. Second, this is tremendously important. Never, ever call her that. At least not yet. Promise? Yes, Father, I promise not to call Grandma Julian Grandma Julian. Greetings, my lady. Oh, ain't you a charmer? And there I was thinking I might have to rip your bloody head off if you said the G word one more time. Just like that, Papa Hildy? My faithful assistants, have you gleaned any new information? Other than the facts that these women scorn seem to detest the fake knights with every fiber of their being? These two women were telling me about what they'd do if they cornered Sir... Is this the best you can do, then? Bloody oaths and girlish fantasies. And you call yourself a Manderville man. I assure you, Mother, we are only just getting started. The travesty of lies and deception behind which the truth hides is oft unveiled with a tug of a single loose thread. I say, young lady, I would beg but a moment of your time. Somehow, I doubt that young lady was targeted by the charlatans we seek. Aye, 'tis true. I was taken in by the false promise of those awful, awful men. Long have I yearned for a chance to meet Sir Valenet, so when they said I could, I didn't hesitate for even a moment. But when they escorted me to the manor and undid the blindfold, and I looked on the hideous faces of those so-called Grand Sirs, I screamed and fled. They were gone, and when I returned, with the watch, but their neighbors said they had overheard them speaking and seeking shelter in a place called Idleshire. I know it's not much, but I pray this information helps you in your search. My lady, I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall not rest until these dastardly fiends are punished for their foul crimes. Huzzah! 3 cheers for Papa Hildy. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray. And there you have it. A quarry can be found in Idleshire. Come, my loyal assistants, justice waits for no gentleman. That's all well and good, but I've never heard of this Idleshire. Have you? You mean we're to travel the Dravanian hinterlands? Right now? Just like that? I think we can just go. Yes. Ugh. Where are they at? Oh, can I keep one? I promise I'll walk and feed him and put fresh herbs in his mask every day. This place feels somehow familiar, but I can't possibly have come here before, right? Bloody waste of time. So that was a harrowing journey, during which I felt certain I would die horribly, or at least be forced to part ways with my precious bits. Truly, this magnificent settlement is a testament to the hard work and camaraderie of her Uplander and Gobby citizens. Yes, well, I'm just glad we're no longer being pursued by fire-breathing dragons, musket-wielding crabs, and bomb-throwing goblins. You know, the other ones. But they were no match for Lady Julian and that pan of hers, am I right? I want to see her make the bad gobbies fly again. God's sakes, Hildy. Except in a collie, this lot'd be dead in a ditch somewhere if it weren't for me. Nonsense! I would never let any harm come to my loyal assistant or my beloved son. If I may interject. Now then, let us split up and question the good people of Idleshire. My keen inspector sense tells me that one of them has knowledge of the false knights we seek. Oh, this man. Sad little kicky. No one's making you hang out with Hildebrand. You are purposely seeking out Hildebrand on your own. Your misery is self-inflicted. Yeah, there seems to be like one moment of like absolute buffoonery, and then like it mellows out again, usually at the end. If I remember correctly, I believe the Stormblood Hildebrand questline is very much slapstick again. I don't know if it's ever as buck wild as ARR is, but I remember it being absolutely nonsensical. You know who's missing from the Heavensward Hildebrand, which keeps it from being slapstick? Gilgamesh. There's no Gilgamesh here. Push, push, push. Yes, Lady Loudjux knows of Grand Sirs. Sneaky uplanders keep to selves. Mingle not with gobby flock, but each to own. Loudjux says, no questions. Only Jiggly shine. That's fair. Hooray for everything! How blessed these goblins and treasure hunters and adventurers must feel to have the freedom to pursue their dreams and live as they see fit. A sorrier looking city of vagabonds, cutthroats, and charlatans I've never seen. Don't you fall with them here. Can I buy the level 60 crafting gear yet? I think it's absurd that I cannot. Get out of my way. No, I still can't. What is it gonna take? Oh, know what I can do? Wait, no. I want to buy a book. Let me buy... Yeah. This I can do. Oh, well, well, hold on. I don't have carpenter, so let's not get that crazy. Oh, you can buy them all here? Okay. So I need 3 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 5 and 5 and 6 and 6. Yes, I know how master recipes work. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Does it have to be 60? I have gone and bought too many books that I cannot use. Oh no! Okay, we'll just put them in here. It's fine. No one even has to worry about it. Just slap these bad boys in here. Just, there we go. And we won't talk about that anymore. Oh. Oh, right. So, the A Realm Reborn. Oh, why is my avatar doing that? Why are you emoting? She just randomly started emoting. The A Realm Reborn stuff is very, it's very grindy. But I guess that is something you'd enjoy. I made one book. I made one relic weapon. That's my summoner one. And I said, I'm good. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Oh, I didn't talk to the woman I meant to. I got so distracted. Yeah, get it done. Oh, you must be talking about them Grand Sirs. They drifted into Idleshire some time ago, as I recall. Pay visits to the Great Library, though. I couldn't tell you why. Could it be? Oh, I know all about the Grand Sirs. They keep to themselves in that building in there, south of the round spot. You'd best watch out, though. They're a dangerous bunch, liable to kill you for looking at them cockeyed. It's entirely possible that they've gone completely and utterly mad, but are you perchance the long-lost twin sister of an Ishgardian noblewoman? What? Look behind you! A three-headed gabagoo! Why do I feel like I have not seen the last of that old woman? It's true. Where am I going? And what am I doing? And why am I doing it? There we go. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, get the ironworks on. Casa won't stop emoting. And I don't know why. Let me see if I can fix that. Why do you keep emoting? Don't do that. Is it every time I hit W? If only we had the testimony of a concerned citizen which could conveniently direct us to the villain's precise location. No, okay, so she stopped doing it when I pressed W. I don't mind her being super animated. I just don't know why she's doing the emote. Oh, is she just started doing that? No. She's a mystery to me today. Yeah, so she has one emote installed, and it used to be whenever I was on the actual screen I used to make her move, when I pressed W, she would do the thing. Let me press some keys. I don't know what's making her do that. And then I moved it because there would be accidental times when I'd be typing onto Google and she would just be like emoting like crazy. What's your story today, Casa? Oh, we don't want that. Maybe she's calmed down. The Grand Sirs are holed up in a building to the south of the markets. Good show, Akali. Has she been emoting this whole time, just randomly? There, that one. Come, let us inform the others. Oh, I didn't know that. Twould seem that no one is home. There is naught we can do but wait then. Papa Hildy, I just want to say that I really like this place. I think that you and me and Mama Nashu could have lots of exciting adventures if we stay here. You may be right, Gigi. This community seems to have fostered an enlightened, free society, welcoming of honest souls willing to work and contribute to the greater whole. Did anyone happen to see a gazebo on the way in? As I live in Hildebrand, Hillador, Maximilian, Manderville. Could it be? Could that be Slowfix Coin Toss? Do you know this Gabi, Inspector? I most certainly do. Why, Master Slowfix was my very first employer. When traveling through Thanalan long ago, Gobbyflock was waylaid by Uplander bandits. With no jiggly shine to pay brass blades, we had no way to backtake goods. Until we make busy deal with Gentleman Uplander, that is. With fastness he finds Uplander bandits and brings them much baggy boom, and returns to goodly Gobbies, missing goods in great justice. Henceforth Slowfix gains new appreciation for Uplanders, but for chance encounter with Gentleman Uplander, he never conceives of Ingalian utopia. Pshaw! One may even claim Hildy a founding father of Idleshire, with metaphorical tongue flaps, that is. Oh, the memories! It was a near thing for the bandits were clever enough to see through my ingenious disguise as an innocent milkmaid, but in my haste to escape, I tripped over a barrel of fire sand, and as they say, boom gobby doom. Core, no busy deals for the wicked. No busy deals indeed. But leaving that delightful anecdote aside, ye gods, Master Snowflakes, just looking at what you and your flock have made of these ruins is making me big eyes. Pshaw, Gobbyflock has come long way since wandering days, but we have not forgotten Gentleman Uplander's kindness. Slowfix here is to offer hand lending. Well, far be it from me to refuse. My son, Gigi, has grown quite fond of your magnificent city, and so I should like to stay here with him and my assistant for a time. We would not require much in the way of accommodations. A humble gazebo, for example, would more than suffice. Why settle for gazebo when perfectly good estate right behind you? Residents of building in areas of Slowfax happy to evict them. But we were pursuing the fiends who lived here on suspicion of defrauding young women. Fraud in Snowflake's allegation utopia? That he will not abide. All the more reason to let Gentleman Uplander and his flock stay instead of Grand Sirs. No need for jiggly shine either. Huzzah! A giant gazebo to call our own. do not know what to say. Thank you, Master Slowfix. Thank you. No need for teary-eyed tongue flaps. Guppyflock is possessed of moral obligation to repay Gentleman Uplander for past generosity. Enjoy no gazebo, and good luck with hunt for Grand Sirs. Papa Hildy, since this is our gazebo, is it okay if I draw a family crest on it? I can think of no better way to celebrate this joyous occasion, and perhaps draw the ire of our new home's former attendants. Come, let's go and purchase some paints together. This gazebo shall be your canvas. Now he's gone and gotten himself a sodden gazebo. Bloody hells if he really thinks I'm gonna let him keep on playing being a father. Still no sign of the notorious Grand Sirs. I dare say we're going to need more paint. Even supposing I were to turn a blind eye to his shenanigans, this is no place to raise a child. That old woman must have followed us here from Ishgard. She's involved in this, that much is clear, but the question is how? How do you like my family crest? Oh, maybe I should have also painted Grandpa Godbert and Milady Julian. Gigi's so talented, just like her grandpa. Hildebrand has never been a patient man. Much as it pains me to admit it, a gentleman's stamina is not without limits. I dare say I could do with a spot of tea. Hey, Inspector! Is it just me, or have those two been looking at us for the past few minutes? Oh, 'tis quite normal behavior for my adoring fans, I should think. When finally presented with an opportunity to meet their idol in the flesh, all too many succumb to their fear and flee. Or maybe, just maybe, they're the Grand Bloody Seers. Come on, they're getting away. Oh, just outside. Okay. Spare the flamin' rod, spoil the milksop. Fear take me, I haven't run like that since Sir Cherrybert chased me up and down the steps of faith for brandishing a flaming... Where is Gigi? Where could those two have got to? Hearken to me, you dastardly rapscallions! You have nowhere to run! Reveal yourselves at once! I shall not ask you again. Come forth, grand sirs. Name yourselves and answer for your misdeeds. Slayer of 1,000 worms, the silver spear with which hath pierced the very heavens, Orland! Master of magics, ancient and awesome, the divine hand which hath defeated all maladies ever senence the inconsents, Gonspart! Grand sirs, Excelsior! I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Mayhap both. Grandsires, Grandsirs, you stand accused of willfully and unlawfully convincing young maidens of Ishgard to attend private parties under false pretenses, thereby inflicting upon them terrible financial and emotional distress. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, I come on behalf of these poor, defenseless innocents, and to see that no others are made to suffer as they did. Now lay down your arms and surrender yourselves into my custody. Ha! The audacity of this boy. You should feel ashamed of your words and deeds. You will rue this day and rue it hard. Gods, how I've missed this. The air streaming past, the blood pumping, the taste of copper on my lips, the slight dizziness. It was on a day like this that we met, wasn't it? When we soared into those azure skies, we never truly came back down. Do my eyes deceive? Pixney of my heart, descended from Halone's halls to guide me into her bosom. My beloved, my everything, long have I waited for this moment. Take me in your arms once more, and lift me higher, higher, higher! I can't even begin to explain to you what's happening. Sprightly, higher, higher, higher! Is he dead? We just met him. Orland! 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 Alas, poor Orland. I knew him not in the slightest, but he seemed a decent man. Shinshari attempted murder notwithstanding. You will rue this day and rue it hard. Just saw this. Wait, I've seen this before, all too recently. Yes, anyway, he's only mostly dead. If the Master of Magic's an ancient and awesome here acts with all haste, the man may yet be saved. That went on for so long. Oh, you're referring to me. I see, I see. With all haste, what's it? Yes, yes, I'll get right on it. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite. No, wait, that's no good. That's the Ascians thing. Ascians say that. O mournful voice of creation. I'm fucking losing my mind. What? He was just saying Ascian shit. Something of a rather less controversial tradition. Yes, something with more pep. A vortex of biting winds to rend the flesh. And smite my foes! Foes, I thought you were friends. Oh, Saint Rennet, bugger me with the bleeding gablog on my back. My back! 'Twould seem I have underestimated you lot. That makes two of us. Enough! Leave them be, or do you not care what becomes of the mammoth? Gigi, but when? And how? I thought I recognized you, first in Ishgard, then in Idleshire. You've been following us since we left the capital. Bearer of faces, fair and fearsome, the midnight shadow with which hath deceived kings and queens, Doris. You can't possibly have been so naive to think we'd not see through your ridiculous disguises. And yet here you are, so effortlessly and easily lured into our trap, for which we are most grateful. Mind, my companions are hardly cut out for that life on the road. All has been prepared for this moment. The parties, the petty schemes. From the first, the objective of this grand design has been this singular mammoth. I swear to you, if you harm Gigi in any way, we have no desire to hurt the boy. We but require his help to reclaim that which has been rightfully ours, our youth. Confound it! I cannot see! Damn, they're very slowly getting away. Papa Hildy! Gigi. Stay strong, my son. I swear I shall find you. They're just walking away, though, man. We just fucking let that happen, guys. All of us just let that happen. I let that happen. I don't know what to say. Do you think they're headed for the old mill? If not, can we go anyway? I haven't had a cider in ages. Fine job he did protecting that mammon of his, eh? Remind me again why we didn't just, you know... Bro, I'm asking myself the same thing. 12 strike me down for a fool! So desperate was I to seize the Grand Sirs that I failed to discern their true intent before it was too late. And now poor Gigi is in their clutches. What if I never see my beloved son again? I suppose we ought to be prepared for the worst. They could be halfway to Razat Hound by now. I very much doubt that, given that they were moving at an Anantois pace. The little milksop's right. Let's get after the old buggers. That's what my mentor used to call me, among other things. Oh, the memories. They're right here, guys. Let me guess. Wondering why I haven't gone and smacked him upside the head and put an end to this rubbish, eh? There's a time for cracking skulls and a time for letting your idiot son deal with his troubles on his own. That's why. We mustn't act rashly. If they realize that they're being watched, they may attempt to flee again. Very slowly. Think he's sleeping or just resting his eyes? So it seems that the Grand Sirs have been caught once more by the very inspector that was trying to catch them. How ironic. Also, how premature. We have them, yes, but they still have Gigi. Damn it. If only some manner of opportunity would present itself. Ask and ye shall receive. We can ambush that wizened dragoon, take him hostage, and demand an exchange. Inquisitor Seer, you disappoint me. A gentleman cannot condone the violent kidnapping and ransom of his elders. No, no. We shall approach this problem as paragons of honor and virtue. Akali, we will stalk and subdue the Grand Sir and then relieve him of his armor. How is stripping an old man naked any more gentlemanly than taking him hostage? Rest assured I shall reveal all soon enough. Godspeed, Akali. I am so complacent in these happenings that it's really just not right. Ugh. I know you... Wait, who are you again? There's something awfully familiar about those muscular forearms, those strong yet tender-looking fingers. I would say you'd be so kind as to massage my shoulders, young lady. There's this lingering ache, this tension that Gornspark can't seem to soothe with his magics. Remove my breastplate? Oh, of course, how silly of me. Pray, lend me a hand with the straps. Ugh. Truly, young lady, you are a saint. I swear, it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know. Right. I should be seated to better receive your tender ministrations. Do I do a little... Do I do a little dance on the catwalk? Just catwalk? Oh, you're right. I'm not doing this the right way. There we go. I gotta get behind this old man. There we go. The healing tingle. Would that I had a tincture of salamander with which to treat these aches. My little pigsney used to spread some on my chest and under my nose to help me sleep through the night. Come, do not be shy. Work those soothing fingers into each and every knot, slowly. Make me forget my troubles. Don't you bring that stuff in here. Don't you do it. Harder, harder, higher, higher. Close your eyes and dream. The old dragoon's soft snoring suddenly stops, and you begin to fear you may have borne witness to his final moments. Leaning closer, you extend a hesitant finger, only to stop short when a sudden spasm signals the resumption of his labored breathing. With the utmost care, you remove Orland's sabatons and breeches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements and at the mercy of the nearby ravenous bears and tentacled morbles. May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. Oh yes, let's not even bother to discuss the moral and ethical implications, much less the legal ones. Let me guess. Oh, we've already talked to you. Yes, I understand. Ah, my stalwart assistant. By your return, I gather you have taken care of the dragoon, and by taking care, I mean afford him all the due courtesy as befitting a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I require. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Capital! Without further ado, I shall disguise myself as Orland and free Gigi from captivity. But you two look nothing alike. They may be old and slow, but they're not blind. I can strip down any old man with the greatest of ease. Make no mistake. O ye of little faith, you are in for a treat, for you shall have a front row seat to this magnificent display of Manderville guile and subterfuge. Hey, is it time for dinner yet? We just ate, you daft bugger. And where in the hells is Orland? I know he's got to take a piss every hour, but damn it, he could at least be quick about it. Greetings, my fellow Endentulans. I have returned. Oh, bollocks. It's about time. Oh, okay, no. That's bollocks. Pack up your things. I want us back on the road in 10 minutes. before we do that, we must first release young Gigi here. 'Tis behavior unbecoming of gentlemen to keep children in cages. What in the seven hells are you blathering about? He's going to get away. No, he will not. See? Still here, within my care. Right then, on a completely unrelated note, I shall now take the boy with me on a brief sojourn into the wilderness. Here, take me, it's working. He's about to walk out of here with Gigi, and they won't even try and stop him. So far, so good. Ugh, I'm cold, and there are morbals after me. I'm me. But you're also me. But that can't be. Unless... This is it. This is the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh, my dearest Pixie. We will be together at last. Imposter! How dare you attempt to trick me with a ruse so it would make a minstrel blush. Me gods! I never realized dying would hurt so much. Now's our chance, Gigi. Come with me. Vivi, wait! My son, what's gotten into you? Vivi. Vivi, where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Vivi. What you are. A creation of the great Charlian Archmagus Quan. Quan, I was given life by... Grandpa Quan! I remember now, we lived together, and he taught me many things about the outside world. What exactly do you remember, my son? Everything. Yes, everything. I remember that Grandpa Quan created me, that he took care of me, raised me, and that we were very happy. But then he abandoned me. Grandpa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi, that you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again, and so in his ignorance he cast you out and died all alone. To turn back the hands of time? Then what we witnessed at the Coziere with the Duke's priceless vase, that power could be brought to bear on people? But wait, how do you know all of this? You couldn't possibly have been associates of this Archmagus Quan. We found his journals during one of our many trips into the Great Library. Scavenging for valuable relics is one of the few ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of the war in our prime, with fortunes to match. But no soldier has the strength to triumph over time, and before we knew it, the hour of our sheath was upon us. Ishgard no longer had need of our services. So we came here to eke out a living, to keep doing what we do best, until our bodies wouldn't let us. Imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime. A second lifetime, as it were. A mammoth with the power to take that which was broken and restore it to its prime state, to turn back time with its temporal magics and give us back our misspent youth. Fury, take me. This is also... I don't even know if there's precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy. We knew where to look. Even with the journals, we determined that the mammoth was somewhere in the western highlands. A chance for a second chance was within reach, and when we were forced to watch as you imbeciles pulled Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us, and we can help you unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish were you to master your magics. Not only could you make us young again, but you may even have the power to restore life to Archmagus Quan. Vivi. Impossible! No magic can truly return the dead to us. At best, you can animate a corpse, and I need not review the precepts to declare that the products of necromancy are abominations in the eyes of the Fury. Gigi, wait! What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? You are a Manderville mammoth! You have always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy, and I will forever be grateful for that, but Grandpa Quan made me. He made me, and I miss him. So even if it fails, I have to try. What are you doing? They're getting away! We have to stop them! Mayhap we must respect Gigi's decision. So that's the end of the chapter, eh? You're giving up and coming back home? I too made a decision long ago, to become a traveling inspector, and I have ever stood by it. Mayhap it is from this singular stubbornness of mine that Gigi took inspiration. Nay, I cannot abide it. He is my flesh and blood, my son. I dare not let him use his temporal magics to pervert the natural order. Aye, it falls to me, his father, to ensure that Gigi keeps to his righteous path and only utilizes traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. Inquisitor Seer, I must applaud your dedication to your work, and cannot thank you enough for all that you have done on our behalf. Yet I fear if we continue as we are, Gigi may be driven to rash action. Therefore, I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Sirs for a time, that I may be afforded the opportunity to convince my son to return peacefully. Well, seeing as how we can only guess at the full extent of Gigi's power, it might prove dangerous to act aggressively should he choose to use them. I knew you would understand. Right then, there is no time to waste. Nashu, let us retire to our new gazebo and discuss our plans. I suppose it'd have been a shame had he given up that easily, though that means I have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if that bloody mammoth's really got the power to make them young again... I've said I'd suspend my pursuit, and I will, but that doesn't mean I won't continue my investigation into that mammoth and its powers in Ishgard. I see you saw fit to return to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tomes, including many of Charlian origin, and I had a mind to scour them for information on temporal magics. This is, of course, all for the sake of confirming the mammoth's heretical origins. Yes, only that. Why are you looking at me like that, as if to imply that my interest in these matters is more than a professional one? I'm sure you don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, Akali, that will be all. Hildebrand is always so much. It's so much emotionally for me to get through. And we didn't even see naked Godbert, so I don't understand. Well, anyway. That is definitely going to be it for me today. There will be more Final Fantasy on Saturday next week, where we will be doing the 8-man trial and the 24-man raid, which is more of the Void Arc series. Whew. And then those shouldn't take the entire day, so 8-man trial, 24-man raid, and then patch 3.4, which is the beginning of the Stormblood series expansion, so the prequel to all of that, and we will start getting the foundations of what that story is going to entail for us, which is very good. I have not done anything at all with Stormblood since I did it several years ago. 4. It has to be 4 at this point. So I'm very excited because I remember next to nothing. So, thank you so very, very much for being here. It was a very fun time. Exhausted as Hildebrand is. It's always fun. It's ridiculous. It's always so ridiculous. But I hope you all have a very lovely evening. I am off tomorrow, but I will be back on Tuesday at 2 p.m. EST for more Pyre, and at 6 p.m. EST with more Nier Replicant. And let me tell you, I have not completed those weapons. I have not gotten anything I need. Good times. But I will keep trying. I have a couple more days to get it together. I know it's so bad. The problem with the Nier Replicant grind is that it's RNG on top of RNG. So you have RNG if a monster is even going to drop anything, and then RNG again if it's anything that you need. So whatever will be. If I can at least upgrade all but I think it's 3. All but 3. That would be good enough. I would like the weapon stories, but if we miss a few, that's okay. Life will find a way to go on. But yes, thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a very, very lovely evening, and I will see you soon. Goodbye!